But that's the key. I don't care what business you have. Don't work hard to keep it a secret. Because sales is the answer to everything. And if you have a good product like what you have, when you're changing people's lives, he's just selling a t-shirt. If you're changing people's lives and protecting them, the easiest thing to do in the world is sell the truth. And why am I here? Well, I'm here to talk to you about my journey as an entrepreneur and how, for me to go out and build a better world, I had to bring change to myself. I'm also going to talk to you about how to remain thinking like a shark. And I'm going to do all this by giving you my 5 shark points. SHARK. They are so simple but so complicated, but every time I've succeeded, every one of those points were in place. And every time I failed, only one of them were missing. So that here, my 5 shark points are for long-lasting change. And guess what? I am not going to tell you anything new. I'm only going to tell you what got you here. Finding a mind trust of like-minded people and finding mentors. You know, so mentors are probably the #1 reason why I find people become successful. And you don't have to have one. And mentors don't always have to be people who are older. You can have a symbiotic relationship with somebody who's younger, who's showing you technology in various other ways to apply the 40 or 20 or 30 years of knowledge that you have to just apply it on different platforms to now, you know, be more proficient and more successful. So by far mentors, and it goes back to really homework and educating yourself, because I'm educating myself every day. The best part about Shark Tank is that I learned from the people coming up who are doing business the way that I never did business. Like they're 25 or they're 30. My #1 company is called Bombers, and I'm the socks. And I've sold socks for years. I didn't want to do the deal. You know why? You can't see them. No logo on them. They're in a bucket for $4. People always lose one of them in the van laundry. But they sell direct to consumers, and every sock they sell, they give a pair away to the homeless shelters because the homeless have a challenge caring for their feet. Right? But what's more important? The fact that consumers these days, they want to know every time they give, somebody's helping somebody else. Like many of us, we used to give the office at the end of the year. Now a consumer, a younger consumer wants to know, no, I gave 500 times a year. When I bought a bottle of water, it helped somebody in this country. When I bought a pair of socks, it helped the homeless. When I bought Tom's shoes. And so people today, with the transparency, they go, you know what, if I can buy socks from anybody, if I don't know that you're helping somebody, then I'm not going to buy from you. And now they came on doing $800,000 a year. They're doing $120 million a year. So it teaches you, it teaches you more and more how consumers are today, and you can learn from them.
All right, that's great mentorship. And so you talked about, today's world and social media, et cetera. So, when I first started with Legal Shield, many of the folks who have been here for a while, it was face-to-face. Right, and so we moved and migrated to different tools, social media tools, etc. Any advice or insight on how we can go from old tools to new tools?
Yeah, so it's intimidating, it's confusing, but the reality is it's not going anywhere. And if you want to dumb it down, it's what you are doing normally, but it's just on another platform. When we were coming up, listen, I just turned 48, and getting to know you. Now, when we were coming up, I would go to the bicycle shop, I would look at all the posters, I would hear what concerts were going on, and I would get all the information. It's just put on another platform. And pick up as many books as you can, because now you can hit the entire world with the palm of your hand. But you have to understand how to do it. If you're on LinkedIn, it's almost like going to a party. You gotta go like today, when you are dressed very nice and you're conservative and you're mingling with people. And that's how you have to communicate when you're on LinkedIn. When you're on Instagram, you have to communicate like you're out in the park with the kids with the funny mustaches and the weird pants on. You got to communicate like that. When you're on Twitter, it's like you're on Facebook, you're in a family reunion. And you have to also know, so every platform just doesn't have the same exact way to do it, but if you realize, how to use it, you can sit there and geo-track people just in your neighborhood and say, listen, I want to find Males 25 to 40 years old who are in the auto industry will need to understand about this type of liability or protection, and I want to find them in a 50-mile radius. Put down $100, boom, you'll find them right there.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So, a lot of us in here read your book and you talk about the G and grind, get on it. So, you talk about, because you talked earlier about having dark spaces as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So not just getting on it, but we're met with rejection so often, and it's all entrepreneurs are, right? How did you stay on it? Not just get on it, but also stay on it.
Oh, first of all, as I got rejected on small things. I mean, true entrepreneurs, they act, they learn, and they repeat. And as I told you, one of the most successful reasons, the reason why people are most successful are mentors. One of the reasons why small entrepreneurs and small businesses fail is usually they take huge leaps that they can't recover from. Usually, it's overfunding. Small businesses go out and get $200,000, $400,000 loans on something that they didn't need because they didn't need to open up a whole retail shop and go and sign this lease. They need to open up a kiosk first, right? And money usually highlights your weaknesses when you have a small business. Because if you have a garage full of inventory and it's crap, well, buying more inventory is buying more crap. If your advertising campaign is weak, buy more advertising is still going to be weak. So if you make, so I'm talking now about people with products and inventory, but inventory can be sales, inventory can be whatever your process is. If you make small steps, and I know many of these people in this room are grinding because they're working at a day job and they're doing their other thing at night. But whoever told you to burn all the bridges and just go hard, they're lying to you. You're doing the right thing. I worked for 5 years at Red Lobster when FUBU was supposed to be a big brand. And here's why. Because if I was making only $30,000 at Red Lobster a year, 5 years, that's $150,000. I had medical. I was taking all the food home and eating it. All the waiters were helping me on the weekends, sling my t-shirts at a flea market. I would have had to do $2 million in FUBU business to come away with the same $150,000. I would have never done that. So my 20% of time at FUBU and 80% of the time at Red Lobster started to switch. 30, 70, 60, 40. You know, so that's how you have to do it. Take these small steps. Keep grinding, keep working, and then keep putting more and more time into what you're doing. But don't let other people laugh at you and tell you that you're crazy, because you're not. I'm telling you now, I'm proof that you're not crazy.
Yeah, thank you for that, because that was going to be really my last question. Most of the legal field associates are part-time.
That's right.
And so they're teachers, they're engineers, and some are looking to make the transition, and some really love what they do, right? So this is an opportunity for them to build financial freedom as a legal shield associate while they continue to work their job.
I can't even imagine the vast amount of knowledge you have as a legal shield associate, because first of all, number one, you're giving access to people. You have this feeling of helping. You have a day job and you're doing this, but also I'm sure that when the people come back and the things they've learned or the things that has happened, it's made you a smarter person in general. It's made you a more well-rounded person. You're getting paid to be more well-rounded instead of going to a school and paying, right, to be more well-rounded. So it's absolutely amazing. I don't speak for anything that I don't believe in, so that's why I'm here.
Let's hear it up.